Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a relaxing yin yoga session. I'll be using a bolster to make stretches as comfortable as possible, but if you're at home, a pillow will work just as well. We'll start in a seated position with our hips elevated on your bolster or your pillow, finding a comfortable cross-legged seat. Let's rest our hands on top of our knees or in your lap. Start to turn your attention to your breath. Imagining that energy channel along the spine, breathing up to lengthen tall through the crown of the head. Exhaling, settling deeply within the belly. Maybe float your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your lower belly. To really energize into your breath. Connect the rhythm of your heartbeat and your body, beginning to rest and settle into your practice today. Breathing for a few more deep rounds of breath. When you're ready, we'll sweep the arms up and overhead, fluttering the eyes open. Drop your right hand to the side, find a side stretch. Switch sides, left hand down, right arm reaches. Inhale both arms up, and exhale both arms long by your sides. Next, we'll be moving into a forward fold, sliding that bolster or pillow out from underneath you. Stretch your legs long. Take the block or bolster to rest on top of your thighs, melting your heart and chest over the bolster, getting a deep stretch to the backs of the legs, allowing yourself to create some space in your spine as well. Either forehead can rest down onto your bolster, or if it's more comfortable for you, you can rest one ear down to the bolster and then switch in a few deep breaths. When you're ready, begin to lift yourself back up into a stacked position, making our way into a butterfly, taking soles of the feet together, knees wide. You can hug that bolster in towards your chest, kind of adjusting as needed to find a comfortable shape to rest your head, your chin, your spine. Sometimes a softer pillow is helpful as you can kind of crease it to where it feels best in your stretch. Maybe eventually your hips start to open a little bit. You're able to melt a little bit deeper towards your thighs. Maybe even taking that bolster or pillow flat on the floor and resting your elbows on the bolster with your head in your hands. A block can be helpful here as well if you'd prefer to take the block underneath your head. That way your neck doesn't have to hold your head and neck lifted. We'll begin to unwind, keeping the shape of your legs in that butterfly stretch. We'll slide that bolster or pillow behind your hips and slowly lie your spine back onto the bolster. Having your spine elevated here helps to open up your inner thighs, the outer hips, to create a little bit of an opening sensation through the chest and arms as well. Hands can rest on the belly or long by your sides, wherever feels most comfortable. Still maintaining those even cycles of breath in and out, allowing your body to melt a little bit deeper on your exhales to create a bit more space on your inhales. Keep your spine as is. Just slowly bring your knees back together and slide your legs all the way out long and forward, creating space to the fronts of your hip flexors. Option to point long through your toes, creating some space from head to toe. When you're ready, slowly peel your spine up and off of your bolster. Slide your bolster off to the side, and then lie back down flat on your back, setting up for a banana shape to create a side stretch. The arms and legs are long. You lift your arms and shoulders up and over to the right, shimmy your legs to the right, and push your hips over to the left, creating that banana, that half moon shape through your sideline. Aim to keep both shoulders rolling down onto the mat. Maybe your left ankle threads over the right to find a deeper side stretch along your left side. With each inhale, feeling that rib cage on the left side expand with air. And then make your way back through center, big full body stretch before we shift to the opposite side. Taking your arms and legs to the left, maybe your right ankle latches over the left and push your hips over to the right. Noticing how one side feels in comparison to the other, creating some space along the C curve of your sideline. After you finish this round of breath, we'll make our way back through center and draw our knees in towards our chest. Giving yourself a little rock side to side, let the knees drape over to the left, finding your spine twist. Perhaps the left hand on top of the knee can deepen your twist. Option to gaze to the right arm extended. Know that if you ever need a little bit less of a deep stretch, you can always take that bolster underneath your knees for more support. Or even taking the bolster between your thighs can sometimes provide some comfort for those hips. We'll shift those knees back in towards our chest, giving a hug through center as we massage our lower back. Then on your next exhale, take the knees over to the right. Maybe opening up through your left arm, gazing left if it's comfortable in the head and neck. Aiming to root down through both shoulders, twisting through your lower half as you keep your upper half stable. Kind of like a towel with water, you wring out your spine to create a little bit more space and openness. We began with that forward fold to stretch the backs of our legs, that forward motion. We opened up our spine with that bolster underneath us for our backside stretch. Now we're twisting side to side, aiming to find a complete stretch of the body from head to toe. Bring those knees back through center, then extend your legs, extend your arms. Find a roll up to make your way up into a seated position. We'll slide those heels in and out from underneath us, making our way to tabletop. On all fours, let's find a few rounds of cow-cat. Inhales to drop the belly, arch the spine. Exhale, round and curl. Continue moving through a few more rounds of breath, creating movement in your spine, in your hips. 2 more rounds of breath. Setting up for your child's pose. Separate your knees wide. Maybe grab onto your pillow or bolster and send your chest heavy over that bolster. You can either take the forehead down onto the mat or your bolster, or if that's not quite so comfortable, you can always take one ear to the mat And I'll tell you when to switch when we're about halfway through our stretch. From here, think about lengthening long through the fingertips, using each inhale to create space between the sides of the ribs, space in your back. Each exhale, you melt the hips a little bit deeper towards your heels. Go ahead and switch your ears if you're on one side. When we're ready, begin to come out of this shape. Take your hands and tuck your toes on the floor, making your way into a downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet, create length in the backs of your legs before we walk the feet forward and make our way into a Malasana Yogi Squat. Walk those feet in, separate your feet nice and wide on your mat, heels in, toes out, and find a seat on top of your bolster. Hands can come to heart center. Think of opening up your inner thighs, opening up your spine nice and tall. Imagine you're lifting a little bit taller through the crown of the head. Then we'll finish in a comfortable seated position, just like we began. You'll be taking the opposite ankle over this time. It might feel a little funky. We're aiming to find a variation of our stretch, evening things out through both hips. Hands can rest on the knees as you refine those focused and intentional breaths in and out. Expanding through the ribs, through the diaphragm, sending your breath all the way to the base of your belly. We'll take our hands to heart center, practicing gratitude for our bodies, for our mind, for our breath, for allowing ourselves this time to move and stretch today. On your next inhale, rise the arms high towards the sky and flip your palms and let the energy spread wide and far. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.